It's about me. Go ahead and just talk. Just keep talking, Dondo. Keep talking.
Yeah. Keep talking, Dondo.
How many? Go ahead and just. You know how many people comment on what we say before the show starts? No, why don't you talk like that during the show? Well, because I'm not supposed to talk like that.
All right, everybody, we're here back live at Full Contact Fanatics. I'm here with my boys, Miguel the 86er.
Yep.
Dondo sitting over here to my left. Got Jessica, she's going to be in the producer spot today. Got Robert bringing us in and out, but I think he's going to be taking off pretty soon because he just had a child. So it's beautiful for him. So we want to make sure we give him a little round of applause for our man Robert over there, man.
Very beautiful.
That guy, just to get here and do the show today is huge because as everybody knows, I was gone last week. I've been hemmed up for a couple of weeks now.
And Lord and behold, you are back on your
this
show.
This show means so much to me.
Yes.
That I sacrificed to get up the stairs. Had to use my Grappler's Quest cane to get up here. But there was so much going on or whatever. I said, hey, man, we got to get back on. What it is, the key is consistency.
That's right.
You know, everybody knows, hey, Monday at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, Full Contact Fanatics. You know, we're there so they can check it out, get the latest news. We're going to go back a little bit, talk a little Bellator.
Let's do it.
Things like that. But don't forget, for the people listening to us and watching us here, you can go to onthemat.com to get all the latest videos, all the latest updates and stuff like that. I've been putting a lot of jiu-jitsu things and everything like that up there, videos and stuff, so you want to make sure and check that out, as well as myluckygi.com. Make sure you check that out because they got a lot of new gis that they came out with. They've been blowing out some of the old ones, so a lot of guys that are sponsored, like Gabe Rudiger, people like that, they've been getting like a package with 3 nice gis.
Lucky guys, man.
Nice.
I got to roll on that stuff.
Rafael Lovato Jr., people like that, they get some nice packages and stuff like that for the Lucky Gi, so definitely want to make sure we mention them. Anyway, so was able to get here today. You know, been working. It's good because I'm home. I've been able to work a few things and talk to a few people like that. And we're going to take this show to the next level, as we were talking before.
Yep, that's
so,
right.
first of all, before we get going, I want to talk a little Bellator because I got to see Bellator over the weekend. I'm going to talk a little bit about that, and we're going to break down the upcoming UFC pay-per-view. But first of all, before we get going with that, the huge announcement that I was going to make, as I put on the Facebook and everything like that, after talking for a while, especially to you two guys behind the scenes or whatever. King of the Cage, it's Future Legends, I can't remember, 38, I think it is.
5, I think.
35,
35,
something like that. Finally got the call. I'm going to be back doing that show.
Love it.
All right.
Calling the fights this Saturday at the Cannery Hotel and Casino. And we just, not only that, I'm going to be out there doing the announcing and all that for King of the Cage. They do the weigh-ins on Friday. They live stream those bad boys. I think it's on the King of the Cage website. So they sent me my shirts. You know, those golf shirts with the King of the Cage. So they sent me my shirts.
Extra large.
New laminates, everything. So I'm like, oh, thank goodness. So make sure you want to check that out. I'll give everybody the information for that on my Facebook and on Twitter. And then I'll have Jessica blasted on Instagram and everything like that. And as I came in today and we were talking and saying, hey, we're going to be out there, just come to find out that somebody from John Della O Jiu-Jitsu is going to be fighting out there also.
Yes, it is.
So what's his name?
I believe his name is Elijah Perez. So
Elijah Perez.
As far as we know,
Okay.
he's going to be on there for Saturday.
But you never know what's going to happen.
You never
He got
know.
called on short notice.
Yeah, not
but
till
when we
game
get to
day.
them weigh-ins, sometimes people don't show up, and sometimes, you know, I get the itinerary before we get into talking some Bellator. They email me the itinerary, and it says, you know, you get there, check in here, blah blah blah, and then it says weigh-ins, be there at 5. Weigh-ins will be at 7 because at 5 o'clock you go, you get everybody's information, they sign the contracts, they do everything. And I always
By
say,
the way, those are the 2 longest hours of your life.
I always say to Jessica and my wife, I said, if somebody steps on that scale by 7:15, I will be flabbergasted. Because sometimes they don't step on that scale till 7:30, 8 o'clock.
Sure.
So people don't show up. People don't make weight. They got to redo the contracts. They don't have their cornermen. You know, whatever. So it takes a lot. So, but I do like the people to come and check them out because then you get to see all that behind the scenes. And now King of the Cage is streaming everything for the weigh-ins and all that, so it gives you a chance to look at. But before we continue, I know I'm looking raggedy. I got my hood on because
Looking good,
I've been in
brother.
the house. I've been in the house for 2 weeks. Haven't been able to get my hair cut. Haven't been able to dye my beard or nothing like that. So I said, I'm gonna come in. I'm gonna leave my hood up, and everything. So, but we're here. We want to
We're
make
here.
sure
That's what
Making
matters.
it happen.
Exactly.
You're here. That's what
Yeah.
matters.
So, anyways, before we get going to talk about some Bellator and all that, I was telling Miguel. Miguel 86er.
Miguel's fine.
About I always had a question of the day on my regular show.
That's a cool concept. I like that.
Yeah. And I've had quite a few, but real quick, Nicolette will be taking, like, if you want to type in or whatever and give us your answer or give us your thoughts on that. I was talking to Miguel because Dondo was actually working with some people. I don't see the relevance, okay, because I've been doing the announcing for quite some time. I've been with everybody, Herb Dean, John McCarthy, Mike Beltran, all those guys, and I don't see the relevance of, okay, the fights are over. Now, if it's a decision, of course, you're going to bring both guys to the center. The referee's going to hold their hands. I'm gonna announce, the winner, split decision, unanimous decision. So it makes sense. Fighting out of the, Lucas Oil blue corner, Kepe Moceno Viramontes, boom, and they raise his hand.
Yeah.
But when you get knocked out, or you get and some of these guys get blasted, and they're
Yeah.
bleeding, they're cut. The cut man can't stop it. I see no reason to bring that guy out. Especially if you go to commercial or something, they're standing there for a minute.
Yeah.
So by the time the camera comes back on, they're all bloody and everything. We know it's a knockout or a TKO. Let him sit on the stool. Okay, here's your winner. I announce it. Bam, you raise his hand, and we're all good. So I see no reason why you need to bring that guy out. Now we'll take it to Dondo first. Would you agree, or do you think he still has to come out, even though we know who the winner is?
I think if you can still stay in the cage as long as you're seated, getting the medical attention you need, we're doing the right thing for you.
Okay.
If we have a guy standing and there's brain swelling and there's
Yeah.
things going on that
Blood
could be
everywhere.
stopped, and that needs to be stopped right away. Ice needs to be happening.
Yeah.
Let's tend to the fighters a little better.
Well, and speaking for somebody who has experience, now let's say that happens. You get knocked out or whatever. Do you want to go up there and go stand in the middle for them?
I wouldn't want to stand up
yeah,
there.
you're just okay.
I lost,
Yeah,
whatever.
I got knocked out. I'm gonna sit here, let
Kick
him raise his
rocks.
hand. and I'm out. we know who won. So we'll pose that question to the people out there. Do you think, that he should come out? I would say, at least 80 to 90% of the people are going to say it doesn't really matter. You know who won. We're just
I
making
agree.
it. We're just making it official. That's the
Yeah.
official announcement. So that's what we're talking. That's the question of the day. So if you want to
Chime in.
send it in, type it in your thing or your opinion, or if you have another type of question or whatever. I mean, we posed the question that the cage is too big.
Yep.
Especially when people could literally turn
That's the
their
other
back
one.
and run, which
They
I
do.
completely hate. You talk about that, whatever you want to talk about. So, real quick, Nicolette, what do? They just type it in when they're on the stream, right?
Yeah, but you know what, Favi? Somebody wrote in for you, a fan, and said, congratulations, welcome back, Favi, that you're going to be announcing at King of the Cage this Saturday.
Woo!
DC family has missed you.
Bless you. Thank you. Dude, let me tell you something. Nobody is more happy to be back than me. But looking at me now, I promise you, I won't look like that when I get there.
I
I'll
like
get
the look.
I'll get the beard dyed. I'll get my hair cut and everything. And dude, literally with the, because when you're home, you don't want to eat all this crap because you just
Oh,
blow
God.
up. So my wife
My life story.
and Nicolette, they put me on a diet.
Don't
They
I
really,
know it.
really, I owe them a lot. So I promised them a full-blown buffet brunch.
Compliments of the cannery. I knew it. Compliments of the cannery.
It was funny because when you get back on Saturday, because Saturday I don't have to be at the cage till 5:00, so we'll take off to the strip or whatever. We'll go do whatever, see some freaks or whatever.
Got to be careful now.
Well, you know how it is. And then you come back and we go in because they give you the coupons to go eat buffet.
Yeah.
Which King of the Cage, bless you. I mean,
Yeah,
thank you
love
so much.
that.
Oh yeah, I had some of that. It was
we don't,
awesome.
we don't go after weigh-ins because after the weigh-ins, it's packed because
Yeah,
everybody
yeah.
goes to eat after the weigh-ins. So we wait. We go out early Saturday morning, we do whatever, come back, and then we go have brunch. So I go out there. It's the first time. And I see all the guys from the cage, Bear Morales and Eddie Moreno and all my friends, they run the cameras and all that, and they're out there, and I see these flutes of champagne, and I walk up, and so they're having brunch, and they got these little flutes with champagne, and I'm like,
Living it.
"Are you getting lying your ass? Why don't you get a beer?" So I'm like, "No, man, they go champagne brunch, dude. As much as I was like." Hey man, I'll take one of them flutes or whatever. So we had the champagne brunch. It was real cool. We were sitting. Cecil Peoples what do you knock over, Jessica?
Like a bunch of plates. Huh?
Dude, Cecil Peoples is talking.
my God.
Kashank knocks over the plates. He knocks over the vinaigrette that you put on the side. And he's like, oh my God. And just everywhere, dude. And I felt so, but hey,
I love it.
Cecil's cool, man. He's always been cool
Hey,
with me.
champagne will get you by the boo-boo.
Yeah, it's a
I'm
lot of
telling
shit,
man.
you
He
know?
had like a half a glass. He was hammered. But go ahead.
Can we give a shout out to Monster Umbrella because he's watching right now?
Hey,
Giovanni Monster
let me tell you something.
Varela.
I had so much feedback from Monster Varela
Yes.
and Giovanni Varela because
Yes.
it's different.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
talk a lot of jiu-jitsu. Yeah, we talk
he's
a lot
super
of,
cool, dude, yeah.
of stuff like that, but it's so much. They do the sambo, and it's so different. I
Yeah.
mean, that's a and
And
those
they're the
guys,
real deal.
Yeah, those
Oh,
guys
yeah.
can go, and definitely
And I have to say, your sense of humor had us both rolling, man.
oh yeah.
Oh, I was dying.
So I told him I definitely want to have them both back up
Oh,
because
yeah.
Giovanni is
Would love to have the dad on,
just
too.
a
Yeah.
wealth of information. He's been
Yeah.
putting up pictures back in the day when he was, training with Gokor, and they had Kimo Leopoldo out there and all kinds of people. So
Yeah, the beginning.
yeah, and I've actually
And them
been
days with Rhonda.
true to his old dojo, and it's just it's completely different from any other type of jiu-jitsu dojo. Just a
Was
lot
that
of
at
different-
Highstown? Is that what you're talking about?
the-
Okay.
well, Giovanni's is Anaconda Academy.
Yes.
And they they train judo, jiu-jitsu,
Sambo.
and it's just a big variety. And always been nice. He was gonna Giovanni himself was gonna do a show, which everybody here knows how hard it is to put on your own
Oh,
show.
yeah.
And he
Oh,
called
yeah.
me out of the blue. He had seen me, I think, at Long Beach Fight Night, and he says, "Hey, man, I'm putting a show together. I would really like you to come down and do the." Now I'm like, heck yeah, man, no problem. So he ended up getting so busy and doing so much and going to different parts of the world, not just
Yeah, they're
the
global.
United States, all over the place, that it just mushroomed into such a big thing that he's done a few jiu-jitsu shows, but anyways, huge supporter
Yep.
of my old show and this one too.
I love it.
Definitely going to have you guys back on.
Good
I got
dudes.
tons of feedback when they were on, so definitely going to have you guys back on, and we appreciate you being here. So real quick before we get into some Bellator and stuff like that, don't forget you're here. You're at Full Contact Fanatics. Don't forget you can go to free admission. Just put free admission in your little search engine on Facebook. It'll come up there. Nicolette, for YouTube, do they just do the same thing at YouTube?
Yeah, it's the same thing.
So just put free
There's a couple
admission.
people watching on YouTube right now.
Oh, well, that's
I
cool.
can't read their names.
I watch on YouTube because I don't know how to type in questions when I'm on Facebook, so I just watch it on YouTube. Plus, that's what you have kids for. I'm in Jessica's room, and she knows how to use the PlayStation to put YouTube, and then can put it on the
yeah.
on the big TV or whatever. So I
High
check it out.
tech.
Yeah,
Yep.
I check it out there. So appreciate you being here. Talk a little bit Bellator right now.
Nice.
Since I've been home, I got a chance to watch a lot of the fights. Now, I got to tell you, man, I thought Ben Henderson against Patricky Pitbull was
That
going to
was a
be,
mean one.
as good old JR would say, a slobber knocker.
Yeah.
Now, I don't want to say snooze fest because it takes a lot to get in that cage.
Oh, man.
Just to get in there and fight. But I don't,
You didn't
to-
like it.
no.
Tell me
to
why you didn't like it. 'Cause I love Benson Henderson.
I have more, respect for somebody that's just gonna go after him.
I see.
And get that win.
Yeah.
And if you get knocked out, hey man, you pushed the fight. You went right at him. But they were just so
Tentative.
strategizing. And let me take a while. I don't know. And just really hesitant or whatever. And then Henderson pulls out, I think, a 5-round. Was it split or unanimous? I can't remember.
Split, but
Split decision.
I have
And-
to say,
and-
I'm with you. I don't want to see people be tentative. However, not to interrupt,
Well, go ahead.
but Benson Henderson is a technician.
True.
And I think he's really just finding his pace. He's finding his reach. He's working it.
And it seems like, he was. I mean, dude, that dude was the epitome of a 155er at one time.
Yes.
It seems like he's kind of, I don't want to say slowing down, but you take him
Well, it happens.
and you take a Robbie Lawler.
Yeah.
I mean, that dude just went to another level.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just amazing. And Ben
Yeah.
Henderson, now, between us, do you think maybe he might need to go to another camp and kind of just reinvigorate himself? Or do you think, because he might seem a little stagnant where he's at?
Boy, it would
Could
be
be a
hard.
possibility.
You might be right. It's hard for me to say that because, there's such good striking coming from Eddie Cha.
And Henry Corrales is out there.
Yeah. And the competitors that or the training partners that are there to help you grow are huge, and that's really what does it. And with Cha there, those are hands that you really need to learn,
Right.
And unorthodox, and he cleans you up and makes you into a killer.
And not that I'm taking anything away from Ben Henderson at
Yeah.
all. That dude is nails, man. That dude's when he fought Nate Diaz, that was like one of the most like technically sound fights I see, because he was punching him
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
thigh
yeah.
to like he was going low. So next time it looked like he was going down, Nate put his hand and boom, went right over the top,
Yep.
and smashed him. So to Ben Henderson, by no means am I saying you're slowing down. I just think he doesn't have to completely leave the MMA lab, but just maybe go to a couple of different, get some new looks, reinvigorate yourself,
be right.
and get to that. Robbie,
Everybody certainly needs it, right?
Hey man, when you have out there in Iowa, what's his name?
Militich.
A Militich camp,
Pat Militich.
dude. That's good training.
Everybody
But he
came
said
out of Iowa strong, right?
Exactly.
And then look, he came back different.
Then he went to
I get it.
to
I think ATT.
BJ Penn needs to do the same thing.
Exactly. So I just think sometimes it helps to just reinvigorate yourself. Real quick before we get on to the next one, I want to talk about kind of jumping all over. I was hoping Erin Muro would come because she's like
she's
a
amazing.
wealth of information.
Amazing.
But she says she's going to come next week. So
Cool.
I was watching The Ultimate Fighter. Lauren Murphy, speaking of MMA Lab, she fought Nico Montano.
Yes.
Nico Montano, I knew from Albuquerque because I actually called one of her King of the Cage fights out there, and I knew she had the goods to get it done. But when they put her up against Lauren Murphy, I thought, dude, I don't know, man. Lauren Murphy got a lot of experience. Did you guys see that fight?
Yes.
I didn't.
Dude,
Nico.
she fought like I knew she was good. I
Yeah.
knew she had the talent, but she put it on her.
Yep.
And Lauren Murphy herself said, I think because
didn't expect it.
they had Lauren Murphy on the Ultimate Fighter Tough Talk
Yep.
afterwards, and I think that they thought she was going to beat Nico Montano.
She's
because they had
ripped.
her.
You
They
know what I
had
mean?
her in studio, Lauren Murphy.
Yeah.
And Nico Montano put it on her.
She did.
And even
schooled
Lauren
her.
Murphy, when she was talking, she said, you know what? That girl, when I'd make adjustments to try to hit her, she was right there.
Yeah.
She knew, and she
Her
moved,
angles.
and I couldn't get her clean. And she was hitting me with the kicks to the
Yeah.
side that hurt.
They devastated her.
She goes, she came with a good plan, implemented what she needed to do, and she goes, I have no excuse. The girl knew exactly what to do. Every time I was trying to do what I wanted to, she just was not there. So props to her. Now, next episode. I understand women crying, they get emotional. I get that. I do. When I was coaching,
I've been watching the show. I like it.
dude,
It's dramatic, right?
when I was coaching wrestling, we had women wrestlers, and the coach Thompson, he would say, "Look, I'm going to put you in such and such with them because you're a little bit more mature," and I really didn't want it. I got to tell you, I don't know how to handle women. Man, you got, come on, dude, you got to suck it up, whatever. She decides, I lost. I don't want to go to practice the next day. I'm not going to go. I just need a couple hours to myself or whatever. So she didn't show up. So Eddie Alvarez was like, hey, man, you can't do that.
Yeah.
You have to be a professional,
Yep.
suck it up. Hey, man, and plus you don't know what's going to happen. You can come back, somebody gets hurt.
Wild card.
Right, they put you
Yep.
right back in there. And he had a good point. He said, look, if you do that, you're a veteran, you do that, the other girls are going to be like, oh, and it kind of throws
Bad
everybody
example.
off. Suck it up, get in here. I agree 1,000% with Eddie Alvarez. Lauren Murphy, as a professional, as a well-seasoned veteran, she said, you know what, I lost. She didn't take much damage. She took a little bit, but not that much. Get back in the gym, show those girls, hey, look, I'm a professional. Yeah, I lost, but I'm going to keep training. I'm going to keep moving because you never know what's going to happen.
Keep your eye on the ball.
Yeah, but when you just say, nope, I'm not going or whatever, that sends a message to the other one. What the heck?
There's also another part to that once you stop moving forward, you get in your own head.
Right.
And if you get in your own head, then there may be no forward movement after that.
Or at all, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. There is no
keep
shame
moving.
in losing if you come to fight. She came to fight.
Yeah.
Just Nico had, I don't want to say had her number because she kind of didn't know what to expect, but she just, everything went her way.
Well,
You know,
it was an
happens.
interesting show, and I have to say this, that Lauren Murphy had you convinced that she was a contender for
She
the
made it
title.
seem like she was
I'm
already
going
looking
to
ahead.
take this. I'm going to take this, but I don't want to look past this fighter. She was already looking past her.
True.
And Nico turned that thing around
'cause you
and
never-
devastated her.
You never know.
But
These
she
girls-
was devastated.
There's girls that are hungry,
Yeah.
and they take advantage,
Yeah.
or whatever. So I personally really would have liked to have seen her just, act professional, come to practice the next day. Hey, I
Yeah.
lost. Let's just keep moving, man. You never know what's going to happen. And even if it doesn't happen, I kept training through the whole thing. When I get back home, I'm still going to be in shape. I'm ready because they're going to give her a couple more fights.
If it's
And
what
then
you do, you keep doing it.
Exactly. So I got to agree with Eddie.
Yeah.
And she went on the tough talk and said, well, he doesn't know women, and him and I butted heads. And come on, man.
That's tough when he's your coach,
oh yeah. She said on that show, I totally disagree with whatever his philosophy was. He doesn't know me. He should have did this. He's totally, to me, not the way to go.
Yeah.
Even though you do know what you're doing, listen. He's coaching right now. You don't have to use it. You're going to get in that cage. You're going to do what you want. But just don't be militant. I'm not doing that. Or whatever. So hey, man,
don't be combative. Be
I'm
open
just
to
putting
it.
it out there. But to Nico Montaña, I knew she had the tools.
She's talented.
She put them suckers to work and really did well. So props to her. So we look forward to the next one. And even the fights have been really good. A lot of
they have. Yeah.
I don't want to say upsets, but really,
it's exciting to watch the show every week.
Definitely.
You know what I mean?
I think that show is a good show.
Yeah.
I actually liked it right off the bat. When Modafferi fought the other gal from Texas.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I agree.
Modafferi changed her skills setup considerably.
True. And that's a true professional.
Yeah.
Hey, I got beat, but I made a comeback. Look I worked on my stand-up skills, and she made it worthwhile. So definitely look forward to checking out, see how that ends up turning out.
There's a lot of people in contention, so we'll see.
Absolutely.
There may be an upset, may not be. We'll see. Modafferi's a strong one.
Yeah, we got a little ways to go, but I mean, I see some good fights in the future. So great job with that. Real quick before we get going, Nicolette, you got anything going on over there?
Yeah, a fan wrote in, nice old school tap out, Favi, but where's your tap out logos?
Let me tell you something. Since I've been home, I've been cool. I would never make it in prison because I feel like I'm in solitary confinement because I just go from the room to the bathroom and I got to go put my leg up and dude, it just drives me nuts. But it gave me a chance to go through the closet. I mean, I just threw everything in a basket and started going through it. I found all my old school tap out sweatshirts. I found all my shorts. I found some fighter shorts. I have enough old school tap out sweatshirts to wear a different one for the next maybe 11 to 12 shows.
Oh my goodness.
That's how much I have. Ultimate Fighter
but
jerseys.
You were tap out in the old days, right?
Let me tell you something. When I used to work there, we would go, I can't remember what fight it was, but they were sending us to Mandalay Bay. Punk ass himself on his credit card put us up in the Mandalay Bay for the fights. Sent us a duffel bag. I kid you not, it was this big, full of crap. And we got sweatshirts, we got T-shirts, we got Tap Out Locos gear. He even gave us those.
I like that name, Tap Out Locos.
Yeah, they gave us those big, like Army style.
Full contact Locos.
Yeah, Army style jackets with
Changing the name now.
Yeah, with the little pins. I mean, Charles would say, if you guys are going to go to the fights, you need to represent everything Tap Out, and would send us with the bundle. Never had to ask for anything. They would just send it. So, a lot of it I would wear, and then once things started to go different way, I put everything away, and I have tons. So next week I will wear Tap Out Locals. I will wear a Tap Out Locals shirt, and you can check that out. So
they're collector's items now because they're not being made.
When I see it, I thought, God, where it's come from and where it's gotten to just sucks.
Yeah.
Because I got so much. I'm like, dude, that was so cool. That was a cool shirt. Whatever. So I'm a sport some of it, so you can check it out. So I appreciate you writing in and talking about that. So we'll definitely do that. Real quick, before we continue, don't forget you're here, Full Contact Fanatics. I'm with Dondo, Miguel the 86er. Got Nicolette over there in the producer's chair. If you want to, write in some comments or whatever, please feel free to do so.
Absolutely.
We were supposed to have Mike Joker Guyman on the show. I talked to him, and I even called him, dude. Here's how the call went. Bring, Joker, what's up, man? Hey, can I call you back, bro? Sure, Bap. All right, dude. So we were going back and forth or whatever, and he's like,
people are busy. I get it.
But didn't come about. But I will definitely have him on here because he was a huge integral part of Maestro and I coming to Tap Out. And let me tell you something. Mike Joker Guyman, legit crazy, but the nicest guy in the world, especially to us. Always nice. It was funny because I wanted to tell a story because they say, oh man, that's just an act. He's got crazy. Tell us now, yeah. Blah blah blah. It was back in Grappler's Quest when they used to have it at Durango High out there in Vegas. I remember because Jerry Noche was out there with us and all that, and him too, man. That Jerry Noche has got to be one of the nicest guys I've ever encountered. He was always nice to me because I remember we weighed in, and I'm like, I don't know why I got to weigh in for heavyweight, long because they don't care if you're 300 pounds. And he says, hey, did you guys weigh in? I said, yeah. He says, okay, we'll get some carbs in you, man, so you guys can have some fuel for that. Okay. So everybody was there. Whole tap. That's when it was not Hinner or Halleck, the other one. Hedon Gracie against what's the guy's name who ran Cobra Kai? Bald-headed guy.
Mark Lehman.
Mark Lehman. It was Mark Lehman against Hedon Gracie in the main event.
Jesus.
The place was packed. Dude, I mean, it was just... Did you guys go to that?
No.
I know Jerry and them went. So, the whole tap-out crew's there. Punk-ass, Mask, Skyscrape, Joker, everybody. And Joker was full-blown fighting back then. So I say, hey, what's up? And he goes, hey, what's up, guys? How he goes, Favi, look at me, dude. Takes his shirt off. He is just ripped from he goes, look at my shoulder, dude. He even had like striations in his shoulder. And he goes, I'm going to go weigh in right now. I'm like, all right, cool. And the lines aren't short at Grappler's Quest. So he stands in line with about maybe 20 people in front of him. So I'm thinking, okay, dude, he's going to do some damage, whatever. So I think I weighed in before him, and I was just waiting on the side talking to him. And we're talking, blah, blah, blah. So the scale goes open. He gets up on the scale, and they go like 152 and a half, and he's like, yeah. And I go, dude, that's awesome. And they go, okay, what number are you competing or whatever? He goes, oh, no, I'm not competing. I just want to check my weight. He wasn't even competing, dude. I go, dude, you stood in that line for 45 minutes just to check you? He goes, yeah, I just want to see how much.
So I love it.
That dude
probably freaked a few people out.
Legit crazy. No two ways about it, man. And I remember when we first got the credentials to go start doing the Ultimate Fighter. To doing UFC, and it was Chuck Liddell and Tito the first time they met, and that place was packed. But
that's a big one.
The Jorge St. Pierre was just coming about.
Yeah, he's coming back,
dude. He was just getting started.
I know, but right now, it's funny you're talking about
that's true.
Because we're on the rebound.
And I remember, dude, Joker coming up to him and going, dude, what's it going to take, bro? What's it going to take? Let us sponsor you. And he was like, oh, but you got to go through my managers. And he's like, what's it going to take, bro? And it's like, dude, I don't think he wants to do it. I got this, bro. It's going to take, bro. So I
think he's right.
He was on him, dude.
That kind of pressure's good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He ended up walking away or whatever. But there's so many stories with that dude. That's why I wanted to have him on here, because he wasn't, same thing. He kind of had a falling out with them, and then he kind of came back. And I remember seeing him at Charles' funeral, and he's like, for something stupid, we ended up, not agreeing or whatever. He goes, and now Charles is gone, man. He goes, and it was stupid or whatever. So just tons of stuff
a terrible story,
to talk to that dude about and all that, because no matter what anybody says, no matter what anybody, does or thinks about or whatever, that dude really helped Maestro and I become Tap Out locals. And really, he told, if it wouldn't have been for him telling Charles, dude, you got to go check these guys out at the show. He was the only one booked, and he brought everybody.
That's cool.
And that's that day is when Charles came up and said, hey, man, I think you guys got something here, man. Let's work. Nice. So I owe him, dude. I bought anything you want. You want to come on? When I had the OTM,
burger,
anytime.
Whatever, dude. Yeah.
So getting him here is another story.
Sure.
But we'll get him here sooner or later. So, anyways, just go ahead, Nicolette.
There's a ton of stuff in the chat room right now. There's a couple people I want you to give a shout out to.
Go for it.
I don't know if you guys know this people. Michael Belair.
Oh yeah.
Michael Belair. Who's that?
Michael Belair. He's the bowler.
Oh, okay.
What's up, Mike the bowler?
Michael Belair. Glad you're here, bro. Seriously.
He's a good man.
Sergio Martinez.
Sergio, dude, straight out of California girls.
I used to.
I mean flamingos.
I think this is back when he was either still on Lincoln or just moved to the dojo, and I used to roll with him a lot. And I don't know what the hell I'm doing. So we'd do a move or whatever, and then it was his turn, and I'd be locked, and he'd go, are you going to let me do the move, bro? Or are you just going to... Okay, I'm sorry. So, Sergio, man, hey, always been a big supporter of Delo Jiu-Jitsu and my stuff and all that. So,
and we're huge supporters of what you do now.
Absolutely.
We are coming your way.
That's right.
Definitely. We'll be seeing you real soon.
I heard you got some Fat Busters. Send them our way. Be a sponsor.
Nicolette?
And Miss Jeanette Rodriguez wrote in, she misses the old tap-out days, and she misses seeing Favi and El Maestro together.
I agree 100%. Now, if there's another person harder to get Joker here, it would be El Maestro. People move on though, bro. Him and I had been doing radio and all that stuff for probably close to 15 years. But he moved on. He got a nice place. Dude, we need to do a live broadcast from
his
Maestro's house. He's got a nice house
Maestro Cribs
with the pool with the rock waterfall.
Okay.
And stuff like that. I mean, really, and you can't blame anybody for that, dude. He's like, dude, I got
cool.
promoted. I'm
living good.
Yeah, I got to take care of my family and stuff like that. But another, me and dude, you want to talk about road trips? Me and that dude have been everywhere, done stuff, almost got killed on the road because we're driving. I think it was from Oakland or something like that. And you know how you kind of start to doze off like that, and then
I do it on the way to work. I do it on the way here
because you're going off.
I do it on the way to training.
So I'm like that, dude. And I hear, and I look over, and he's like that. And I'm like, dude, what? I got it. And that dude's taking more punishment from me than anybody because he always had that rep like, oh, dude, I could kick anybody's. So I told you, Phil Baroni, hey, dude says he can whip you. No. So, and he's taken, speaking of Mark Lehman, he's taken I think he was showing him the Darce choke or whatever. And he goes, so I do that. And and right when I grab my bicep here, and then all of a sudden you see my eyes go, boop. And I go, oh! And he goes, hey, let's go. And I go, dude, put him out. Yeah. Dude, I'm sorry, bro, or whatever. So
when you don't got a neck and your head and shoulders, you go out quick.
We can get that footage of the stuff that we tape. It is gold, dude. I am telling you because.
How do you get that? How do you find it? Robert will find it.
It was from the.
Favi's got it archived in the basement.
Yeah, it was from when we filmed all that stuff for Tap Out Versus.
Yeah.
Dude, he just got pummeled by Frank Trigg. He got choked out by Mark Lehman. He got I can't remember what his name, slammed him right in the dirt when he had all brand new stuff on.
Oh,
so
shit.
We'll try to do that, man. But Senorita Jeanette Rodriguez, thank you so much for bringing up the old memory. We definitely appreciate you checking out the show, and it's just going to keep moving on from here. I'm telling you,
we're moving, we're growing.
Doing so much stuff behind the scenes to get it to another level. So Nicolette, one more before we go.
Jeanette said, Favi, please get better soon. She'd like to see one more match before you retire, and she wants you to tag with the Unholy, and she wants it to be a triple threat with the Unholy and 1,000% knockout Nicolette. So I second that. I'm waiting for that as well.
I am, as we speak, actively working on that because OCCW owes me at least one more match, definitely. And if I bring the Unholy, it'll just make it. I mean,
the promoter Jonathan Malice owes me $20, dude.
But yeah, plus I've been tagging with that dude first because that's what we see. Again, him and I were tag team
Malice and Chains
for years. And that's
his new name. Malice and Chains.
Malice. I was gonna say Malice in Chains.
Malice Cooper.
So
anyways,
we'll definitely
get that. He's gonna kill us.
Real quick before we move on, hey, we thank you all for writing in or whatever. So definitely like that. Now another one that sucked.
Oh my!
I'm talking. We're still in the Bellator mode. Dude, Lorenz Larkin got knocked out by Paul.
Oh, dude,
was that you or what?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, boom, he was out or whatever. So
that was just a legitimate pipe right down the freaking.
Oh, dude.
I think it hit the nerve here, the disconnect, the chin, and the. Boop.
Yep.
And it sucks because when it's somebody it just sucks, whatever. So hopefully he'll be back. But
I had high hopes for that fight.
Yeah, it was a good
Me
fight
too,
up until then, And then the last one that I took from there, when Aaron Pico first started to get into Bellator and all that, he fought somebody named Justin Lin. He was more of a wrestler, trying to get people down. Now, he had Antonio McKee and Crazy John Cook. Wasn't it Crazy Cook?
I think
Crazy John Cook.
Crazy John Cook, whatever, from out there in
he's from AKA, right?
AKA out there in Northern California.
San Jose.
So I don't know who his trainer is. He was kind of all over the place. But dude,
probably Javier.
Did you see that knockout?
I did.
Oh my god!
Boom!
He hit him, and it was like
walked
cartoons.
into it.
He hit him with an overhand right, and he just went.
Oh, good lord!
And then bam, he was
I miss
out.
Pico, yeah.
So now he's found his power, So I think now it's just a matter of time of him putting everything together. So I see big things from him. Now, I'll give you a couple names. You guys tell me what you think.
Jealous.
Ryan Bader.
Nah.
Yesterday.
You think so?
Yeah.
Douglas Lima.
Yeah.
That guy's, to me, he's kind of hot and cold.
Yeah.
Some days, bam.
I remember him from when he was MFC.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you remember those.
Yeah.
And he was money then.
Yeah.
And it seemed like you said he kind of got a little shaky, and then he came back up in Bellator again. Yeah.
Yeah. I think he's gonna be a player, man. I really do.
What do you think about Bader? Going back to it.
Man,
it's questionable.
Yeah, he's Ryan Bader and Phil. What's his name? Phil. I was gonna say Phil Henderson, but Phil, whatever his name is from
Davis.
Phil Davis. from San Diego. Those guys are good dudes, man. Those guys can go.
Yeah.
Davis can go.
Yeah, I think Bellator's a great fit for them. I think it's just a matter of time till they get back up there. But, you know, the Ryan Bader, Phil Davis left me a little bit more to be desired.
Sure.
You know, so I see good things from him. Now, Julia Budd.
Yeah, I think Julia Budd can grow still
Julia
a little
Budd.
bit.
Yeah.
She's got a brighter future than her present.
Bellator,
so.
good fit for her.
Yeah.
That girl's never out of shape, man.
No.
She comes in shape, and she's a player. I just don't think there's enough women in Bellator to feed her. I think they need to pick up the pace on that. The lower weights, they have quite a few women. You know, so real quick, is Scott Coker, is he the matchmaker, or does he call the shots or whatever over there?
I think so.
All right, well, real quick, Scott Coker, Julia Budd, let's get her some competition.
That's right.
Bro. She will get you to the promised line.
Maybe they can pick up the gal from that King of the Cage show a few weeks back.
Which one?
Yeah, she was
the gal
good.
from El Paso.
We were in Citizens over there, and she was tough. The El Paso girl.
Yeah,
you
it
were
wouldn't
talking
hurt.
about her.
It wouldn't hurt. Get her out there.
Yeah.
Hey,
she was tough.
Scott Coker, we're helping you out, bro. Julia Budd, bring the girl from King of the Cage.
She was tough.
Give me a call, bro. I'll help you out. Just give me. What about this guy, Henry Akins? Henry Akins. I meant to say Henry Corrales.
Of course, man.
Well, what do you think?
I think his future's bright.
Is next for him?
I think he's really hitting his stride now.
I think so too. He's always had the power.
Yeah.
You know, he's not afraid to stand in the pocket. You know, and throw
I think
some
now they
shots.
should put him back onto the main card.
Yes,
You
I
know.
would say he's ready to go back up in that main card. I think he'll do some damage, you know, or whatever. So again, Scott, give him a shot, bro. The guy won't disappoint you.
He's taken
That's for
some
sure.
heavy-duty fights. I think
Nope.
he's grown from it, and he's ready for that.
I
type of-
agree.
He's
Who
at that
the
level.
hell do you know that takes Daniel Strauss
Dude, threw
Emmanuel
right into the
Sanchez.
deep end.
and Pitbull?
And he has no fear. I
No,
remember
no.
when we were
It's what he does.
him and Frank Park and all them were helping somebody get ready, and he's like, they said something. He goes, you know what? But he's down. Dude's down, man. He's not scared or whatever. I'm like, well, that's Henry. He don't care, man. He's just not scared. So, what about these two guys? I'm looking through the lineup to see who they have to fight. I see Halleck and Hoist Gracie still under contract with them.
Hoist.
What do you think?
I don't know about Hoy.
Hoist is 50 years old.
He's still on the roster, so.
They
I
should
mean,
do
is there
Hoist
anybody-
against Matt Hughes.
Well, you know, Sakuraba is gonna.
I don't think
go
Matt
against
Hughes is in condition at the moment.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised. There's like some videos of him like
Is he back
on
from
YouTube,
that
like of
accident?
him like rolling like crazy.
From the
He's
accident?
helping his son or something, right?
Something like
Wait
that.
a minute.
yeah.
Matt Hughes got hit by a train a minute ago.
Yeah, but dude,
Now he's back?
He came back, dude. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a comeback. Right
That's a
there.
hell of a comeback.
But you know,
I get hit by a cheeseburger, I don't come back.
I think Halleck's only had one fight, right, in Bellator. Halleck Gracie.
I don't even remember.
Yeah, he had like one fight. I don't know if he won.
that
or
was
lost.
early on.
Well, he's still on the roster now. Okay. I don't know what his training's like. You know, I know they went through some stuff to where Henner and Hedon are like, you know what, we don't associate ourselves with him
Oh,
because I don't know what happened with
come
Metamoris.
on.
He owed some people.
Yeah,
some
I know
money.
he owed his.
So
I
that's
heard,
why he
yeah.
was in Bellator.
Listen, family,
to get some
family.
fights going or
Apparently
whatever.
not.
Now, to me, if let's say I'm working for Scott Coker and I'm the matchmaker.
I love it.
I'm gonna come to this dude and I'm gonna say, hey, look, man, there's money in that dude just with the Gracie name alone.
Oh, yeah.
Or whatever. And I'm saying, look, man, let me give you some incentive. All right, get your nalgas back into the gym. Train. Let's see you get in tip-top condition. Let's put you against this guy. Okay? If you can win or finish the guy or whatever, I'm gonna give you a bonus. I'm gonna give you $50,000. Pay off your debts. Bam, you're right back where you need to be.
Yeah.
Only because that guy is a draw. Give him some incentive. Get him out there. I think that dude's money. What do you think?
Not a bad idea.
Yeah?
I think so.
Because, you know,
You're right.
People want to see it, right?
Bottom line
Isn't that it?
is you want to make money. You want to get that place packed. You need a named person. I think with that kid, you can do it. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree that I think this generation hasn't seen the Gracie of today.
True.
So maybe there is, and I don't know that there is one. If Halleck's it,
Well, you have Kron Gracie, who's jiu-jitsu personified.
Yeah.
You know, that dude can go. That's Hickson's kid,
Hickson's
right?
kid, yeah. His
Okay.
MMA.
That's what I'm saying. So he's bringing the jiu-jitsu back along or whatever, but as far as MMA, no. You got Halleck right there. Hey, man, let's do it. Give it a shot. I had that kid on when he was 18 years old, when we had the studio back over there on Sunset and Hobart. Him and Henner came to the show, not once but twice. Totally geared to pushing all their stuff, you know, videotapes and all that, which was fine. But Halleck came back on his own. And he said, hey, man, I'd like to push. I'm doing this new rap stuff. I said, you come and do whatever you want. We had him on. You know, people get older and things happen, but he was a good kid. He was bright.
Yeah.
He was sharp on the mic. He had the skills, you know, to draw the people in. So to me, I think he's money. I think he's money. So Halleck, hey man, I'm telling you, dude, albeit a while back, I saw it in you. I think if you get back in the gym, get yourself in tip-top condition, work on the little bit of aspects that you need to work on, I think the dude's money. So let's see what happens.
I like that call.
Yeah, that's just me going.
It's a good idea. I could dig it.
Going through, since when you're home and you've seen every episode of Law and Order SVU and First 48, and you start looking at the websites in a different way. So definitely want to check that out now.
I'm glad you're awake and doing things. You're a busy man.
That's what I'm saying. But real quick, go ahead, Nicolette. 1,000% knockout, Nicolette.
Thank you. When can we see Henry in studio?
You know, I think he's still in Arizona.
Yeah, I think he's still back and forth.
He kind of goes back and forth, but for sure, once he comes out here, we can get him on a
we
Monday.
can jam him up again. Yeah.
We love having him. He can't come enough.
Yeah, I mean,
you know what I mean?
Sure.
He goes to Huntington Beach to get his tattoos done, so
yeah.
maybe we can when he comes. So Henry, if you're out there, bro, dude, we got a spot for you right
Bring
here.
the tattoo guy here. We'll do a tattoo party.
Yeah, we'll do whatever you need.
On
Go
camera.
ahead, Nicolette.
The fans ask, can he bring Frank Park with him?
Oh yeah. Wouldn't that be a funny
geez.
one?
I got more things to
Like,
talk
geez.
to Henry Corrales and Frank Park about than anybody else. Because that dude,
Oh, God.
that'll never leave. I mean, we'd be training and all of a sudden you just be drilling with somebody and then also get out. Get out. And it's Frank. What? This is the last time I'm going to tell you get out. No.
Last time I tell you, no knees during
Dude,
fight camp.
He'd get thrown
Throw a
out.
clinch on someone and no, don't do it, don't do
He'd
it.
get thrown out and then like the next week he'd be back and I'm like, hey man, you cool? And yeah, what? You know,
Yeah, what?
Yeah, you know.
He's
So
all heart, man. That's the way to be.
We'll see what's going on with him. So, real quick, running up against the clock, I want to make sure we go over the upcoming pay-per-view because hopefully Joker or somebody will be here next week that we could talk to. Don't forget, you're here, Full Contact Fanatics on the mats. Full Contact Fanatics.
Yep.
We got 86er Miguel here, Dondo. We got Nicolette over there. If you want to type in some questions or anything like that, thoughts, whatever, please feel free to do so.
Insults,
Robert
criticism,
gone.
whatever.
Robert came in, bada bing, he's out of here.
That's right. The stork
So,
came in, did a little
absolutely.
delivery.
He's got things to do. Like I said, you know, I can roll jujitsu, I can, you know, do whatever, but I go home and the wife's upset, I gotta smooth that over.
Yeah.
So, man, I don't blame Robert at all.
Not at
Especially
all.
when you got, you know, newborn or whatever. But
That's a brand new.
real
Oh,
quick,
yeah.
I gotta tell you, man, this pay-per-view that's coming up, I like it. I really
Excited
do.
about it?
I like the Tony Ferguson Kevin Lee match.
Okay.
Tony Ferguson, he's a bad dude. Now he took a full camp up to Big Bear, which most of the people do nowadays. I'm telling you, man.
Elevation.
I think Tito charges $20,000 if you want to go up there and train. A little bit out of my price range.
Yep.
But I think if I had the money, I would open a camp out there. I would open a place where you could train, higher elevation and stuff like that. I say, hey, look, man, you come, we'll do your meals, we'll help you out, whatever. I like that. So Tony Ferguson is out there with Eddie Bravo, working on jiu-jitsu and everything like that. I like that kid. I think he's going to do damage. But Kevin Lee, that dude, man, he choked out, what's his name? The Italian dude with the beard
Yep.
or whatever.
I know what you're talking about.
Chiesa.
That's it. Mike
Mike
Chiesa. Chiesa, yeah.
That dude's dangerous, man. That
Oh, he had
Kevin Lee
legit
is
jiu-jitsu.
dangerous. So, as much as I like Tony Ferguson, I think if Kevin Lee might catch him and put him out.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to go second round TKO Kevin Lee. What do you think?
I'll be honest with you. I don't know why. Nothing against either one of them, but that match to me just doesn't excite me.
Oh,
Nah.
I just don't feel it.
I mean,
But
I
I'd
think
like
they're
to
gonna
see
go after
Lee.
each
I
other.
want to see Lee beat him with jiu-jitsu. I think that
You know, wow.
it's a high possibility because Chiesa's a jiu-jitsu guy. He's big on chokes.
That's true. That's
And he
true.
beat
but-
him.
but
He beat him at his
Ferguson-
own game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ferguson's been doing some damage on the ground.
Yeah.
And when that happens, when those two offset, they might just get up and get to swinging.
Yep.
You know, but of course, if somebody gets hit, they're gonna take him to the ground.
Yeah, yeah.
So we'll see, but it makes for an interesting matchup. Makes
Yeah,
you,
yeah,
I
for
put my money on Lee if you want to put some
makes
out
you,
there.
Makes you want
Want to bet
check that out.
burritos? Okay. downstairs.
We'll
Bet
bet
cheeseburgers.
We'll bet cheese. What do you call it?
Quesadillas?
Quesadillas. Yeah. Demetrius Johnson, Ray Borg. We talked that to death. At least it's
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
happen now.
At least it's gonna happen.
We'll
at
see.
least, hopefully, Ray Borg. At least, you know.
Ray, come on, man. You had another extra month or so or whatever, man. Let's get it
At
together.
least
No more-
bring it. We
Yeah,
know what the
no more-
outcome's going to be. Let's see you bring
Yeah,
it.
no more tacos de carnitas or whatever.
Yeah.
So now you got Fabricio Verdum against Derek Lewis. Derek Lewis, good, heavy-handed, punching dude that if he hits you, boom, bacateles, it's out. But there is no substitute for Fabricio Verdum's jiu-jitsu. Plus, his Muay Thai has gotten a lot better. When he fought Roy Nelson, he was like, boom, hit, and he was catching him with the knees or whatever. I think he's going to feel a little bit of Derek Lewis's power. I think Fabricio's going to take him to the ground.
Yep.
He's going to get him in a triangle like he did Fedor. He's going to choke him out. I say in the second or third round, he wins by triangle choke. What do you think?
I agree.
You think so?
Yeah.
Because Derek Lewis, does Derek Lewis even have any jiu-jitsu to speak of?
I've never seen anything.
Nah.
Not active jiu-jitsu, you know?
No.
And how you were saying...
and that dude gets gassed.
Oh, yeah.
That dude will gas, man.
He's a big boy.
Yeah.
But not just that, but I feel that...
They're pushing Verdum, too.
Verdum's stand-up, like you mentioned earlier, it could be a little hot or cold.
But
you know
when you got jiu-jitsu skills like that...
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think he's going to take that route as opposed to just
he feels some power. Let's get him down to the ground. And let's go. So... We all in agreement?
He's still in it, yeah.
He's still a player.
With Rafael Cordero doing the Muay Thai.
Yeah, he's a player.
I think the Muay Thai is still in play.
Absolutely. Now, somebody who I believe you guys got to see in person, Benel Dariush.
Yep.
Benil,
He's fighting somebody I've never heard of, Evan Punham.
Evan Dunham. Yeah, no.
Evan Dunham's been around.
Who the hell put a P here? Evan Dunham.
Evan Dunham, Evan Punham.
Sorry about that, but Evan Dunham, he's a well-seasoned
veteran. That's right.
He's seen it all.
Yeah.
Now,
it's a big boy.
Dariush training at King's MMA.
Yes.
MMA.
Good, I mean, that dude's got some skills. To
He sure does.
Not just that, but I mean the fact that he's still teaching class, you know, while doing his fight camp, you know what I mean, is just...
He was kind of in a zen place, if I can say that about anyone I've ever interviewed or talked to during fight camp.
Training at King's MMA, that's some good training there as far as like the people who train there.
Yep.
You know, Rafael Dos Anjos, all those guys. You know that Fabricio is out there.
All those people.
So that's good training. To get Evan Dunham out is good for him. That's going to propel him up. I think he's going to do it. I think his stand-up alone is going to get him to the promised land.
Yeah.
I'm going to say TKO in the third round. What do you think?
I'm gonna say he'll probably tap him. I can't really put my head on with what, but that's what I'm gonna go with.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with jiu-jitsu.
Yeah. Again, gives it
submission.
At least it strengthens up the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Nicolette, one more. Or you got somebody out there? So you getting some questions?
Joey the Bull is on.
Joey the Bull Gravano from the Gambino crime family
is on YouTube and on our Facebook community. So
Joey the Bull.
Let me tell you something.
Joey the Bull ate all my chicken wings yesterday.
That's what he's saying. He says it was fun hanging out. Sunday.
Anytime, buddy.
It was fun hanging
Raiders
out.
games, Surf Dogs.
Oh, where's that?
Joey the Bull won a whole koozie from Miller High Life.
Nice. Look at you. Well,
Sunny Beach. Surf Dogs, Sunny Beach.
Joey the Bull, who does the announcing for
He's our announcer for OCCW.
We've been talking for a while. I'm on my last leg. I mean, you can't be doing planchas and everything with steel hips and stuff like that. So I am fully thinking that I might leave the La Raza in Joey the Bull's hands because he can be a force. Hey, he can give me a call. Hey, this guy's doing this. You know what? Let's put Alexander Vega and who's our other guy? Freddie Flores against
Freddie.
such and such, and he'll pull the trigger. So, hey, I might be handing it off to you pretty soon, my man. So get your stuff together. We'll talk, okay? Joey
Keep
the
it
Bull.
real. Keep it real,
Joey the Bull over there. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So, anyways, we got that. Now, you got Will Brooks against Nick Lentz. Will Brooks, good fighter, good stand-up. But Nick Lentz, that dude, you want to talk about the epitome of tough as nails? That guy is the epitome. You can never count that dude out. Will Brooks, kind of hot and cold. Mm-hmm. Sometimes he comes and fires on all cylinders. Sometimes he looks
He's a little off.
So if he comes in firing on all cylinders, he's gonna take it. But Nick Lentz, dude, I think they're gonna stand up for a few. I think Nick Lentz is gonna drag him into the deep waters, get him in the third round. I think he's gonna win by submission or 3-round split. What do you think?
I'm gonna go with the second round TKO for Nick Lentz. That's what I'm thinking.
I can easily see that also. What about yourself?
Yeah, I think the second round.
Second round?
Yep. He's going to wear him down and then finish him in the second.
Might need to drag him into deep waters.
But you might be right, yeah.
And then, Nick Lentz is, I think that
We're going to revisit this and see who's got more on this.
He flies a little bit under the radar.
We got burritos on this.
I think he does. Well, if we're talking that, then,
Yeah.
If we're talking burritos de cuerno de chivo, that's a whole different story.
Jesus.
Now, this is what I'm talking about. Bobby Green, that guy, a little too cocky for my taste.
Yeah,
I'm the type of guy that thinks that, you should give a little bit of respect to somebody in that cage.
Confidence is one thing.
Yeah, a little too. But there's no denying the guy's got good stand-up skills.
Yeah.
He's fighting somebody named Landa Vanara. I am way not too familiar with him. That's why I was hoping Aaron Morro would be here because she'd go, oh, yeah, he's such and such and fight.
She'll tell us where he came from, where
since I don't know much about him, I'm going to go with Bobby Green.
Sure.
What about yourself?
Well, he's an unknown, so like you said, we go with what we know.
And he can take some shots.
And Bobby Green's definitely talking the game, so let's see.
No doubt.
And he's local.
True. Local in the head or just local?
Maybe both. Maybe both. So let's get him in here. Bobby Green, come visit us.
Yep.
Where's he
Hit
from?
up King Favi.
I believe he's from, if I'm not mistaken, I want to say Riverside too. Riverside?
That's pretty close.
Well, I'll tell you what, Bobby Green. You come on here to
He's
this
from
show,
the IE, let's put it that way.
Yeah, for 1 hour on this show. Then we'll take the cameras out to the IE and
we'll do it.
Check them
we'll
out.
do it. We'll do a gym crasher.
We'll drive all the way out there.
Give you some promotion, all right, for sure.
We love it.
So cool. I think they shored up this pay-per-view to where I'm actually going to get it and check it out. Got some good, interesting matchups or whatever. So I'm definitely going to check that out. Sean Shelby, I think you've been watching the show. I got to tell you, I think you've been listening, which is a good thing. And I'm still want to work on that all women's card.
Yeah.
Although the women's cards,
I think it'll sell. It'll sell.
Huge upset with Claudia Gadelia.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I haven't got to talk to you guys since then.
Yeah.
Dude,
let's talk about it. That's a good
what's
one.
her name to beat her? Claudia Gadelia. What's her name to beat her?
You guys are killing me.
Yeah, me too. See,
hang on one second.
Because I wasn't prepared to talk about it. The other Brazilian.
I wanted to say it was like not Joanna.
Can you look up Claudia Gadelia's last fight? Thank you. Just type in her name,
on
you'll
the big
see
computer if you want to. Dude,
she's quicker with the phone.
I thought Claudia Gadelia was gonna run roughshod.
Andrade.
Yes,
Jessica Andrade. We got it.
That's
Jessica.
right.
Who's a
the
good
other
fighter.
Jessica?
Yep.
But dude, she came out. The first round was a little shaky, but after that, dude,
I think she brought it the whole time.
Takedowns.
And
Yep.
I thought
she outboxed her.
Yeah, I thought.
You know what I mean?
Shift.
She outclassed her.
Oh yeah.
Which goes to tell you, in this game, there's you can't really count on anything.
Talent beats, right?
Props to her.
Yep. Hard work beats talent, is what I should say. She worked hard. Yep.
She came out and just really did damage. Really looked good. I see.
She destroyed her.
I think she'd be a better matchup for Joanna than Liz Nakamajura or whatever his name is.
Namajunas.
Yeah.
Or whatever, which is the next fight.
Yeah.
But I think
Rose Namajunas is not to be counted out though. She's got some fire.
No, I mean,
and that's what I look for.
Not by any means, but after seeing what Jessica Andrade did, huge.
Yeah.
Huge. I mean, really.
You got to be able to finish someone.
Yeah,
though. When you're
she
stepping
really
up to someone like Joanna,
I agree.
I don't know that Rose has it. Joanna's in a world of her own.
I
agree. In a class of her own.
Oh yeah.
But she's going to take a beating.
Yeah.
I agree 100%. But it's good. Shakes up the women's division. Oh, yeah. I like it. So that's cool. I'm going to check out that pay-per-view. We'll revisit.
Sure.
See some of the
Nobody ever thought Weidman was going to beat Silva.
Absolutely.
Right?
That's exactly. But
nobody. And he did it twice.
Knocking him out.
Yep.
So running up against the clock. We're almost in the home stretch. So anything else, just Nicolette, before we move on?
Nicoletta.
What's that?
Are you finished with your lineup, the one you read?
Yes.
The whole card. I want to know, this question was from me, what you guys thought of that announcement that Brian Ortega made today on Instagram?
Cub
That's
Swanson.
how I read about it.
Brian Ortega versus Cub Swanson. I think is that going to be on the fight night? I think it's going to be on the fight night or whatever.
Really? No way. I had no idea about that. I think that's gonna be a sick fight.
It's a slugfest.
That's gonna be sick. Yeah.
I like Cub Swanson guys.
Both can throw. Both have a good ground game.
Cub Swanson's all hard, dude.
But Brian Ortega's
got a really good story.
Brian Ortega, T-City, if it goes to the ground, I don't know, man. That guy.
You know what's crazy is I remember seeing him fight like a smoker in Gardena.
Who?
Brian Ortega.
Oh, is that right?
Way back in the day, yeah. Like 2008, 2009 maybe, something like that.
Yeah.
And it was cool because even, Henner, right? That's usually his finish point, right? Henner was there and everything. And he even smoked the kid, but...
and he's straight Gracie jiu-jitsu from the roots
or
whatever.
Yep.
But
can anybody confirm what's the thing about he trains in Torrance or what is that story?
Well, I know he trains in Torrance with black belt surfing with one of his trainers
BBS,
in the garage.
Yeah. Somebody runs that out of their house.
Yes.
Yeah.
But then he goes to the Torrance facility, the huge Torrance facility.
Doesn't he cruise through Black House
And he
too?
goes to Black.
I want to surf with those guys, by the way. So black belt surfers, hit us up.
Yeah.
A brown belt surfer wants to
black
hit you
belt
guys
surfing. They're. I think they fly a little bit under the radar too, because Brian Ortega.
No, I'm gonna hit them up. I like their stuff.
He's a good fighter, man. Well,
Oh, they're Manhattan Beach. That's where they're at. They're not in Torrance.
Oh, Manhattan Beach.
It's a good step for him because if Ortega beats,
who's the gentleman that runs that show?
Which one?
Black Belt Surfing.
Oh, I know his name, but It is.
We'll
Scotty
hit
from
'em.
OTM is great friend.
Yeah. We'll hit those guys up for sure.
Yeah, we'll definitely. Yeah, we'll
That'd be
get
Hit
you on
us
here.
up, guys. We want you on
We'll
here.
get you on here, and we'll promote some black belt surfing. and
That's
all that.
right.
Dude, we'll take the camera to the beach.
We'll take the camera to San Onofre
Yeah,
for
because
a
I
weekend.
think at OTM we used to sell Dahui, and then black belt
Dahui.
surfing took over Dahui.
Yeah.
or
Oh, yeah,
something
yeah,
like
yeah,
that. Yeah, but good for Brian Ortega. If he beats Cub Swanson, that's gonna propel him
That's
to
a huge
another level.
feather in the cap, as they
and
say.
if Cub Swanson beats Brian Ortega, that puts him. Hey man, he took out Brian Ortega. Let's get him another fight. You know,
Oh, yeah.
get him up there. So that's a good matchup.
I'm excited about
personally,
that one.
Oh man, it's gonna be tough, man. If Ortega can drag him into the deep waters into the third round, and he can put the triangle, whatever, he'll finish him. But if he tries to take punches from Cub Swanson, he's gonna get knocked out.
Yeah.
So
Cub comes from a tough place, man. I
yeah,
never count him out.
Yeah, and plus he's got the boxing skills when he's training with homeboy from Palm Springs,
Yeah.
or whatever. So that's a good fight.
When he's training in
I'm
the youth
telling you, man,
facility.
I'm telling you right now, Sean Shelby is watching
correctional
this
facility,
show
remember?
and doing his matchups. He's
Cali
like, you know
Catria.
that-
Yep.
they're right. If we put this guy against this guy, it's gonna work. So
It's
hey,
gonna be some blood.
I'm gonna see you soon, Sean Shelby. I'm gonna talk to you for a minute. So, anyways, before we get out of here, I was going through the news. Johnny Hendricks is moving to Jackson Winklejohn.
Wow.
Yeah, I saw that. Yep.
Another guy changing it up.
So
just
we
like
talk,
you were talking
when
about.
we talk about that moving to big, he's been with Mark Lehman forever.
I think he should have honestly made that move a while ago.
When we
though.
were shooting for versus,
he needed
that's
to
when
change
we
it
got
up.
Mark Lehman, and,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he put Sergio in the darts and knocked him out. Johnny Hendricks was just coming onto the scene.
Yeah.
Funny guy. He chose Copenhagen, and he gave me a
Oh.
pinch, and he was like right off the bat, man. That was my friend. He's like, "What are you chewing?" I go, "I got some
Copenhagen.
skull apples." And man, give it and threw it a
That's
mile.
little bitch
And I'm like,
chew.
"Dude, I just bought." And he goes, "Dude, chew Copenhagen. Be a real man, or whatever." So we got to talking
Chew.
and stuff like that. Nice guy, family guy. I've always wanted that guy to do well. With Mark Lehman, I don't.
Good story.
He could, I think it's like you can only go so far.
Yeah.
With him, I mean, nothing against that, but when you former champion, you got to do a lot of different things to keep that belt or
That's
to
right.
get back on.
Because they're coming for you.
Now moving to Jackson Wink, just for the fact alone that there's so many different champions to train with,
Yeah.
get John Jones.
Oh, yeah.
off
And a
the
different
stuff.
style.
That's
the
somebody who's
Mexican
going to throw
supplements.
some.
Yep.
That's going to throw some different looks at them, or whatever. I think that's a good move. We talk about that a lot on this show. You mix it up,
Don't get
or
stagnant.
whatever. You'll get a renewed vigor and get you out there.
Yep.
Yep.
I think it's a good move for him. What do you think?
I think so. And like I said, I thought he should have probably done that a while back.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I mean,
I
it
think
just,
so.
And you don't have to be, hey, Mark, F you, I'm leaving. You could, hey, man,
No, of
this is what
course.
I'm doing.
Yeah.
But I'll come back. I'll work some more jiu-jitsu, with you or whatever. I think. What about you? Think it's a good move?
Yeah, it's important to be able to grow and continue to change your game. Why? Because everybody's looking at your footage. Everybody
Absolutely.
has your number, and somebody's going to ring your bell.
And I don't know. I don't know what, other than a lot of like high class people to train with. What do Winklejohn and them bring to the table? I mean, Wink brings that good hands and the stand up and all that. But the other guy, is it just the way he trains people, the motivation? or
Maybe just
whatever?
the way he visions a fight,
Yeah.
I mean,
There's a science to it, we all know. And when you put it all together from start to finish, right, the strategy
Right.
in itself.
the only closest other thing I can compare, and this is my comparison. I don't know if you guys are into baseball or not. If you guys ever noticed, most World Series teams that win, or World Series champion teams, are all being managed by a manager who used to be a catcher, because the catcher sees the whole game.
I
And
never
they're
knew
in
that.
every single play.
They're in every
Every
cool,
single-
It's
every
pretty
single-
cool that you,
yeah.
Makes-
you acknowledge that. I didn't know that.
Which is a good
That's,
comparison. Makes sense.
Well, and that's what I think maybe Jackson is
Wink
probably, Wink brings the hands,
Yeah.
right? But Jackson
Now,
over.
Real quick before we get out of here, let's say we're all fighters. Let's say we're UFC. We're in the top 5. They're talking title shots or whatever. I'm training out here. I decide I think I want to up my game. Where would you go? Would you like me to go first, or where would you go?
Where would I go?
Yeah, would you think? Well, if I had to choose, I think I'd go here.
I take Jackson Winklejohn.
Jackson Wink.
Oh yeah.
Strictly for the competition, or What you just talked about.
What I just talked about,
Okay.
for sure. Yeah,
Different
definitely,
look.
definitely. Different
Different-
look. Yeah. I mean, I don't know what it is, but he seems to click with everybody,
I agree.
you know?
Yeah.
He clicks with everybody.
Turns him on to something else, right?
What about yourself?
I think MMA Lab, where Henry's at, because he's turned into a new animal. He was strong and he was a bear to begin with. Now he is something entirely different.
And it's what you make of it.
Yeah.
If you go in there thinking, hey.
Oh,
I
but
think
Eddie
I'm gonna
Chaw
go
is the guy, dude. He cleaned up. Henry told me himself what he has done with his hands. Henry was already a good boxer when he came to us.
Right.
John gave him the ground game, and now he's changed his hands up considerably.
Sure.
I
Yeah,
saw that
yeah.
last fight, and that guy's face was hamburger.
Yeah.
You know, I agree. I agree with that. But to me, I personally, I think I might go ATT Florida.
Yeah.
Just because they've progressed so much that you got so many people there. I would say, hey, man, I'm going to go over there. I'm going to work my ground game with Jeff Munson because I'm more that. Because I'm not putting anybody in mission control or none of that.
No,
I would
no.
specifically say, hey, Jeff, man, let's work this or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
That dude, TV and all that video, does that dude no justice. I've seen him in person and thought,
Is he that big? Like,
oh,
'cause
dude.
He looks
I mean,
super
he's
jacked
like
as it
a puro
is.
garrote like that. And the nicest guy ever. I mean, he is and
I love his descriptions.
yeah, we've also,
Why you gotta get us all excited?
yeah, my
I love
uncle
it.
and I have also said, you know, hey, man, well, can we roll a little bit with you? And his stuff, he said, well, let me show you this. And it was stuff that you can use. He goes, you know, you're not going to be doing this or whatever, so you're going to move this, bam, but you got the waist lock, and you take him over. It was more wrestling based,
Functional.
or whatever. He still uses a 3/4 Nelson
Oh, nice,
to
nice.
get the guys over.
That's good.
And stuff
That's
like
dope.
that. So just that, and then, you know, working your stand-up. You got guys like Thiago Alves and all those people. I said, can I spar with Joanna? 115, I'm 265. That's cool, right? I mean, I wouldn't be like, whoa, I'm trying to knock her up. At least if I got some punches, I'd be
Something
like,
tells me
that's,
she'd move
that's not
before
too
we could
bad.
tag her.
Yeah, oh, okay, wait a minute. But just so many people that go there, I kind of like that.
Sure.
You know? Who knows? You really won't.
I
know.
think all three have something to offer.
I
think
I
what is
agree.
important is it's something different than what you bring to the
and
table
I see
now.
no problem in somebody trying to better themselves.
Yep.
It should be that way.
Yeah, Nicolette.
You guys didn't ask me where I would go.
Where'd you go, Nicolette?
The next generation MMA Frisco.
Okay. You absolutely can.
With
We know a few people over
Chris
there.
Brennan?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I would strictly go though for the. Well, I'd leave the mat crying probably, but I would strictly go for the meal prep.
well, yeah,
Can I go for
it's an all around and
You got to tell us more about that. Because
That
Yeah, I
dude's
know.
kids-
I'm
I've been
that dude's
prepping my
kids
own
look
meals
like
and it's not
nails.
doing me any good. So, school me.
when your kids are 16 years old and they kick you out of the teenage thing to make you go with the men and you clean out the men's division, there's got to be something to that Chris Brennan jiu-jitsu. And it's funny because I had TK on the show and Thomas Kinney, and we were talking. I said, well, you know, when you get to be a black belt, is it just a matter of honing your skills, you know, or whatever, because you know the moves and just getting yourself in shape or whatever? And he said, let me tell you something. I am a legit black belt from De La O, and I competed MMA, jiu-jitsu. I've been working as a jiu-jitsu instructor at UFC gym for such and such amount of time. Chris Brennan had a seminar. He goes, I went to the seminar. At the end of the seminar, he rolled with everybody. He goes, I rolled with that guy and got off that mat, and the only thing I could think in my head is, I got to get back there. I got to get, he goes, just the things that he did made me feel like a blue belt. He goes, and when you can do that to a legitimate black belt, there's something to that or whatever. So there, you know, there's something to that Chris Brennan jiu-jitsu, because when you got people like Thomas Kenny saying that, and you got kids that are 16 cleaning out men's divisions.
Oh, yeah.
Just Google his stuff. You'll
there-
see.
yeah, there's
Google his
something to that.
matches. He's putting people out in under a minute.
I had him on at Russ Mira's jiu-jitsu tournament.
Yeah.
And we talked for about an hour.
Really?
And just, you know, the stuff he talked about and stuff like that. I mean, the dude is legit or whatever. So, Nicolette, you got something there. So,
Okay, thank you.
yeah,
I
that
also got a comment that said, let's get TK in studio soon.
Let's do it.
Thomas
I'd like to see Tom Kenny too.
Thomas Kinney
Absolutely.
has more going on than the president himself.
Might be right.
When you have to get up at 5 a.m. to do a 6 a.m. jiu-jitsu
Would probably
class,
make a better president than the current president, in my opinion. But I'm not going to get into that.
I would love to have him on.
Yeah.
Another
Yeah.
integral part
Yep.
of
Shout out to Tom Kenny.
3 people: John Dello, Thomas Kinney, Mike Joker Guyman. 3 people who I owe everything to.
What a
Because
good
if
man.
it wasn't for them, and TK, as much as him and I butted heads, that dude's always been, you know, there for me. Hey, bro, let's get this guy on. Hey, bro, come over. Let's do it.
He's straight
When they
up.
first opened the UFC gym in Corona,
Yeah.
Hey, man, we just opened up. Get your radio stuff down here or whatever. So always been.
And going back to what you were talking to with Jiva a couple weeks ago about 6 a.m., 5 a.m. I think Tommy's one of the few guys that I know that has a 6 a.m. class on the dot and has a packed house
Well,
at 6 a.m.
Nicolette and I had a 3-month pass to the UFC gym in Torrance. So we would go early, even on the weekends, because it just gets so packed.
Sure.
So I'd be on the treadmill, and Nicolette would be on the bike or the, what's that thing called that you go elliptical. And you would see 6 o'clock, man, boom, they're in the gi, and there's 40 people in that class, man,
Rocking
or whatever. So props to that, to being there, and they have to. You want to get the people who can go before work. You want to get the people who can go after work.
Yeah.
Maria Rios, who was a regular on my show, she got a job at UFC gym, and same thing. She just blossomed into a Northridge and 6 a.m. classes and stuff like that. So hey,
you gotta live it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, no wonder you can't get here.
Yep.
6 a.m.
It's a
jiu-jitsu
busy
class.
man, but
He's
we
there
love
all
him.
day.
We'll set it up. I'll tell you what. If he can't come here, we'll go to him.
Absolutely.
We'll definitely go out there to the He's
No
still in
joke.
Corona, right?
Yeah. We'll go.
That UFC gym is something, because not only did he become a jiu-jitsu instructor and set him up, he met his wife there.
Yeah.
And that's a whole.
Got a beautiful little boy.
And I have never seen a wife that was more dedicated than her. I mean, she would do all his stuff,
Love
meals,
that.
and you
They're
could
good
see.
people.
I was like, hey, this girl actually likes him. Ain't no joke or whatever. So we'll definitely have to do that. But as a matter of fact, we're already past the clock or whatever. But
That's right.
Look at that.
again, real quick to the people listening to us on Full Contact Fanatics on free admission. Don't forget, you can go to onthemat.com, check out all the latest information, all the videos and stuff up there. We are actually currently getting everything together with them to where you can go to onthemat.com, click on Full Contact Fanatics.
That's right.
And get the show the next day.
Yep.
We're also, for the people with sponsor packages, we're putting them together. You're going to be able to put your banner on the On The Mat website. That's going to be included in your package. And there's there's at least 50,000 people that go through that site or whatever. So we'll definitely be bringing that out to you. Going to start talking to a lot of people from there. Once again, I apologize for looking like Raggedy Ann and Andy.
Looking tough.
To me, the key is consistency.
Oh, yeah.
When you have a show, people say, oh, it's Monday, let's check out the show. Let's see what they're talking about or whatever. So I had to come upstairs with the cane, gotta tell you.
Whatever works.
But
Raising King.
I'm on the mend. We're getting there. Even though I'm home, it gives me a chance to, talk to a lot of different people. There's so many people say they want to do this and that or whatever. To actually be able to do it is another thing. But the effort is there. Like we talk about here, whatever you put into it is what you're going to get out of it.
Absolutely.
And we're putting a lot into it.
Let's do
Everybody
it.
has lives or whatever. I had to get stuff taken care of. Robert, he's got a life, he's got a family and stuff like that. But at least he came in, set us up, and took off, so that we're able to bring it to you. So once again, to my man here, Miguel 86er, and of course Dondo. Don't forget, Full Contact Fanatics every Monday, 8 o'clock. Even if we don't have a guest, we go through everything, break it down for you, so you make sure you want to check it out. If you're going to put your hard-earned money down for a pay-per-view, listen to us. We'll break everything down, get you interested. We'll tell you if it's going to be whack or not.
Oh, yeah.
Because we've seen them all and stuff like that. Don't forget, this Saturday at the Cannery in Las Vegas, I know they had a big tragedy up there today.
Oh, dude.
When I woke up this morning and saw believe me, I feel that's horrible for some knucklehead to go start shooting people and stuff. But the first thing that went to my mind is, oh God, they're gonna cancel the show.
Oh, jeez.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to be selfish, but I got to be honest. Oh God, please don't let them catch it. So I called Mike Lowe. Hey Mike,
we're still on,
dude,
right?
please tell me we're not gonna
It's actually because we had plans to hit that up, and we're like,
we're
are
going.
we still going to Vegas or
We're
not?
going with you.
Oh, so he's like,
I'm gonna stand behind you,
bro. No,
Can you fit us
Don't
in
worry
your
about it.
wagon there?
Yeah, we're so far from the strip, actually, where the Cannery
Yeah,
is.
North Vegas.
Yeah,
North
it's not
Vegas.
going to be that
Out
bad.
by Speedway.
But hey, man, we're all going to be there. I'm back in the saddle. I'm brand new suit or whatever. I'm telling you, don't let the fool you.
I like it.
I'll get the beard all cleaned up and get my hair cut. That's why I
Assassin's
kept
Creed.
my hood up because, dude, my wife's like, dude, what's up with the haircut, man? Either cut it or braid it. Because I'm Mexican. My hair grows like crazy, man.
Yeah.
I gotta go get it trimmed up.
You're
and
a
all that.
bushman.
Yeah, you're home and you're like, oh, dude, it just sucks. But anyway, so we'll get all that cleaned up. So if you want to come check it out, it's at the Cannery Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas. Great venue.
Awesome.
You go
That
out
place is
there,
cool.
It's a
you look
great
to your
place to
left,
fight in.
there's-
It's a
watch
great
fight.
place to fight in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's outside seating. You got the pool area out
Yep.
there. So if you want to put your Speedos on and sit in the pool while you watch the fights, you can do that.
There's no other way to do it.
The last time we got a room, if you get on that 3rd or 4th floor or whatever over there,
You can see the
You
fights.
can see the fights from there.
Oh,
So
nice.
I think that's why they give a lot of them to us because because if you give it to normal people, they're like, I ain't gonna pay. I'm gonna see from here
Yeah.
or whatever.
That would be me.
Yeah, me
It's
too.
great. It's a great venue or whatever. So we're all going to be there. I'm going to be calling the fights. We're taking one fighter from Delo Jiu-Jitsu. The weigh-ins will be streamed live on kingofthecage.com. So make sure you check that out. Dude, they hooked me up. They got me a shirt and everything. Sent me all my stuff because it's been such a long time. And then we're good to go. So to Mike Lowe, I appreciate it, dude. Mike Lowe's
back on the show.
yeah, he's always, dude. You're welcome here anytime.
We love having you,
We'll-
dude.
we'll talk King
You got
of the
good
Cage.
stories.
Yeah, we'll talk about all that stuff.
You guys can talk about the Kings.
Absolutely.
Right.
Let me tell you something. Real quick, I'll make it quick before we get out of here. I worked with the Kings from
Heard that before.
1990 to 1995.
Yes.
And I thought hockey was the stupidest game ever. I thought, what the hell? Until you go and see it. It
Yeah.
takes a lot of talent for a 200-pound dude to be on a single blade
Yeah.
and the moves that they make.
Yeah.
I mean, it was awesome. Once I
Intricate.
got promoted and got to go out on the ice and see it, and then, I knew who Wayne Gretzky was.
Sure.
Of course,
We
everybody
all know,
did.
yeah.
So when they came up to me and said, hey, look, it was when all the Nancy Kerrigan stuff came out, and they thought, well, nobody should be able to get down to that ice level like that. So they put me and another kid named Danny Garcia to watch Wayne Gretzky from the time he came in until the time he left.
Pretty cool.
And that was almost for a full year plus a half a year before they traded him to St. Louis.
Yeah.
So for somebody like Mike Lowe, he's like, oh my God, do you know what I would give just to even meet the guy or whatever? So I got so many stories for him, and he's like, oh, you gotta be kidding me, dude. 1993, when they went all the way to the end, and I had a working relationship with all of them, because I would always be with Wayne. They knew who I was, and I was always taking care of them. Totally different from the basketball players.
Sure.
They get a new car. They're like, dude, I got this new Maserati. Go take it for a spin before the parking lot gets. I'm like, what? Boom! And Yari Curry gave me the keys. Go check it out, dude, or whatever. Totally nice guys.
Oh yeah.
When that championship came, and they were playing against Montreal, the first home game. I'm there. I'm right there where the guys come out because that's where we're posted to make sure Wayne gets to the ice, no problem. So everybody comes out. We follow the coach to the ice, and it's like that. Those guys, when they would come out, and it was the first game of the Stanley Cup Finals, I think it was the third game because they won the first one in Canada. When they won the first one in Montreal, I said, "Oh my God, we are going to win the cup!"
Yeah.
And I got chills. I was like, "Holy shit!" Shift. Sorry. So that game, when they came out and they start playing that song, dun 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 dun.
Oh yeah.
And Kelly Rudy would lead them out, and they would start coming out, and they'd see me, and they'd put their hand out. All right, man, let's do this. I was like, there was no feeling like that in the world. I was like, man, this is it, bro. And I'm thinking, you know what? Mike Lowe's right. I know he would give anything to Kelly Rudy. You get my hand. Let's go, bro. Charlie Huddy. Let's go, bro. And all that. And then Wayne would come out, and that dude is the most docile dude. But he'd see me, and he'd put his stick out, hit me like that. He'd give me the wink, and I'm like, let's do it, man.
Oh yeah.
And nobody can ever take that away. Nobody. Even though they lost or whatever, I mean, that was like the best feeling in the world. Then after everything was over, and we didn't make it, I was disappointed or whatever. But the next year when we started opening with the preseason and stuff like that, their media guy's name was Sergio Del Prado, and I was constantly with that dude too because hey man, we have these clients. Can you show them what the Forum Club is? And I'd walk them up, and really nice, really nice guy. So I get there, and he says, hey, they call me Danny back then. Hey Danny, come here. Hey, what's up, man? He says, hey man, I just wanted you to know that you did a lot for the team. You always took care of Wayne. We never had to worry. So they got rings from being the conference
Champions,
champions or whatever, and he gives it to me.
Jeez.
Oh.
And I look at it and he goes, look inside, and it said, it had my name and championship, and I'm like, dude.
You got to bring that on the show.
Yeah.
I wore it.
Danny boy.
As a matter of fact, I wore it to the last Future Legends. And
Oh really, dude? No way.
Because Mike Lowe told me, hey, bring it, dude. So I wore it. I wore all my silver, and I had it on. And he looked at it, and he goes, dude. And he looks and turns it over. And he goes to Julie, Julie Treblecock. And he goes, look at this. Look at that, man. He goes, man, I would give my right arm for one of those or whatever. And I said, hey,
She's like, what the fuck is that?
yeah, I earned it. I didn't expect it. But it just goes to show that organization was like,
That's cool.
hey, bro,
That's
when
cool.
you
That's gratitude.
put it, make sure you get them one. Or whatever.
The Dodgers make it to the World Series, they better give me a ring,
dude.
goddammit.
So
Ringworm.
even though the next year they just S the bed or whatever,
Oh, yeah.
it didn't matter because that year nobody could take that away.
Yeah, no,
Nobody.
for sure.
Luke Robitaille was always like, hey, bro, I got a new car. Can you walk me out to it? You know, can you make sure my wife gets out there?
Favi's the real deal, man.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, and
You're amazing,
we
dude.
we got so many stories.
I'm blown
from
away.
him. My boss, his name was Bruce Albaugh.
Uh-huh.
He was the head of security, and I was below him. This is the last 2 years, 94, 95. And I would say, you know, dude, I go, we should write a book. And he goes, you know what? Nobody will ever believe you. Nobody will ever believe you.
Write it anyway.
Oh, but I mean, stories upon stories.
Oh,
But
yeah.
that particular thing, nobody can ever take away from. And,
Yeah.
and I have the I'll bring it next week or whatever, and you guys can check it out. So, well, just since we brought up Mike Lowe, and we had, you know, that's why I don't mind riding with that dude for 2 hours to get to
Oh, yeah.
the Indian Casino, because that's all we talk about. And he just, hey man, how did it, and what was this? And I tell him, and just for somebody who didn't even like hockey at the beginning, it turned into that. You know what I mean? So, for the people listening to us at Full Contact Fanatic, we just wanted to go out with that because Mike Lowe, you know, hey, he's always been cool with us. Definitely got to get him on here, talk some King of the Cage, what's going on. So, to my man, Miguel the 86er, it's always great to come on here. And, of course, Dondo. You know, behind the scenes, these guys are always helping me, man. to make
Running the
sure-
buttons
or
today.
whatever. He's going to get us out of here. Big thanks to Nicolette for coming and helping us out, taking the questions, keeping us going and stuff like that. So, for the people checking us out on free admission, don't forget, every Monday, 8 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, till we usually go till 9:15. Make sure you check us out. Hopefully we'll have Joker over here next time. You want to talk about stories? That's a story right there. So,
Yep.
with all that being said, Full Contact Fanatics, make sure you check us out.
Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, the whole
Actually-
shebang.
Yeah, don't forget to check that. We're going to have Nicolette start blowing that up for us. So
Yeah.
you can check us out on that. And, of course, Robert when he gets back. So we'll
Gym
see you-
Crashers, too.
Oh, yeah, don't forget Gym Crashers. When does that show come on?
Thursdays.
Every
Thursday nights.
Thursday at what time?
Between 8 and 10, whenever
Every
Robert gets
Thursday
done uploading it.
around 8 o'clock or whatever. Make sure you check that out.
Yeah.
We're going out to the different gyms, checking them out and stuff like that. Get you a behind-the-scenes look. So make sure you check that out. All right, everybody. Next Monday, 8 p.m. Be here. Full Contact Fanatics, everybody.
Peace.
Clean myself up. I promise.
See ya.